James Farrelll, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're at the weigh-in today for Sam Sexton versus Hughie Fury. Quite fortunate enough to be joined by none other than Kieran Farrelll, the People's Champion. How are you, mate?
Yes, good, mate. Good, all good.
Quite pleased to be joined by George Brennan as well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Cheers. Thanks.
Good. Talk to us a little bit what's going on. How are you guys involved today?
Yes, well, George, the opportunity come about to get him on the undercard, and said to me, he's got a couple of slots, 2 or 3 slots for me, and George, we were planning on September, but you know we got the challenge belt last time out, beating Brett Fido, who he'd lost to, so he avenged his only, or it's one of his defeats on his record, buzzing with it. It was good. George is like I say, he got beat over 4 rounds, but then over 8 rounds is a different kettle of fish, you know what I mean? And George there himself, and he'll tell you, you know, that how he felt and how good that was to avenge that defeat. You know, it's good, mate.
What's happening, George?
Yeah, like you said, you know, last time out only challenge belt. Yeah.
Good looking belt, the challenge belt.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, decent. Yeah, you know, it's probably one of the greatest things I've done to date. You know,
Quality.
it's like, yeah, I got beat off him, but then we come back. We had the 8-rounder, you know, and I was the better man on that day. And you know, I fully deserved that win, and I was happy with my performance. You know, I stuck to the game plan and it worked.
Do you agree with what Kieran Farrelll says, that you're better over the longer distances rather than the sort of short 4-rounders and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm sparring Paul Butler. I do 8-10 rounds with Paul Butler, so you know I'm good for the distance. And you know, I've done 2 6-rounders and an 8-rounder in such a short career already.
I think without making any excuses, James, when he lost to Brett the first time, I gave him the opportunity at a week's notice. He'd only just fought 2 weeks before, and then he said there's a little opportunity here now because the card fell through, and I thought, well, I need to keep this card going, you know what I mean? So I'm going to need one more fight, and George said, fuck it, we'll do it, you know what I mean? And we got on there, and we thought we didn't take him lightly, but we didn't train for a fight, you know what I mean? He'd done a week of sharpening up to get back in the ring, and you know that was the fuck up really, you know what I mean? And then he's back to the. We had a little rest over Christmas, got back on it, and we had the game plan bang on. He got it right, he beat him, and then onwards and upwards. It was just too small. Brett's a good little bantamweight, you know what I mean? And George was always forcing his weight down to bantamweight, and he was feeling it, you know what I mean? And thinking moving up to featherweight now, it's done him the world of good, mate. You know, he's not having to kill himself all the time. He's getting on the scales at his natural weight, and you know. He's happy, mate. I mean, he's been looking really good in sparring. He's been sparring Paul Butler, 8-10 rounds. Again, look, we know George has got a big future. He's only 21 as well. He's had 10 fights now in the last 18 months. This is his 10th fight now on 12th of May, tomorrow.
Main event, British champion Sam Sexton coming to defend against Hughie Fury. How do you fellas see that fight playing out?
Don't know if it's going to be a knockout or points, but I see Fury winning, if I'm honest. I just think he'll outbox him, use the range, the reach, and he will outbox him.
Kieran, what are you thinking?
Mate, Sam Sexton's a warrior, innit, you know what I mean? Mate, I'm a massive fan of Sam Sexton. I mean, if Fury's fresh also, you've got, I mean, your head's got to say Fury, but my heart's got to be with Sexton, mate. And you know what? I've been getting right recently. I got the Tony Bellew one right and stuff like that. Just using my head a little bit more now. I'm thinking, right, you have to go with your head and not your heart all the time, you know. But it is boxing, isn't it?
Do you think it'll be a fan-friendly fight? Do you think it'll be the fight that the Channel 5 viewers and the general public will enjoy?
Mate, it's got all the makings for it, you know. I think Hughie Fury's a really good technical operator, and Sam Sexton, like I say, he's a warrior, mate. He's always bringing it, you know what I mean? So, and he can, mate, if Sexton can draw him into a war as well, you know, it'd be a top fight. But look, I think it's going to be a good fight, you know what I mean? It's interesting anyway, you know.
Only defeat Sexton's had, the couple 3 defeats he has had, come from a very good level, fighting at the British level. So
yeah, that's it.
It's only been beat by good people in Chisora and David Price.
I just think, you know what, and at the heavyweight division as well, sometimes, you know, a bit of age does him the world of good, you know what I mean? So, look, Sexton's there, innit, you know what I mean? It's going to be a fight anyway.
Do you think he'll be preparing for this like it would be a world title fight for him?
Oh, Sexton? I think it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think all the lads do. I mean, even George Brennan here, he prepares for every fight like it's the last fight, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, obviously I know myself, it can be your last fight, you know what I mean? But, look, you know, a defeat on the record, I like to get away from the the defeat on the record as well, that means that you can't go on any further again. Look, George had 2 defeats on his record, but look, we matched him with 50-50 fights from the start, from the get-go, and he's coming into his own now. He's coming into his own as a fighter, not as a what's the word, a factory-made, unbeaten fighter fighting 15 bums, and he's been in proper fights. And when it comes to proper fights, when he gets into a proper fight, he's been in there, done it. You know what I mean? As an early fighter, a young pro. So.
We're expecting some fireworks from you on Saturday, George. Hopefully you go out and steal the show. I'm sure your fight's going to be on Spike, I do believe. Some of the earlier fights on. So that'll be good to see you on the telly as well. Thank you very much for coming to R4 TV.
Nice one, James.
Cheers,
Thank you, mate.